Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell.
The Red Magic 11S Pro is here, and it's different. Hey everyone, Red Magic has always been a different kind of smartphone brand. While Oppo, Vivo, Huawei, and Xiaomi dominate headlines, Red Magic quietly drops powerful gaming phones. And now, the new Red Magic 11S Pro is finally here. Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from Techie Street. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content. The version I have is the Blade Transparent model. As always, Red Magic loves bold names, and that same gaming style carries over to the box, accessories, and even the case. The biggest visual upgrade is the redesigned camera layout. The back now looks completely different with lenses everywhere. The included case is a little loose, but the new cutout design protects the frame much better than before. Not perfect, but definitely better. Inside the box, you get a 120-watt USB-C charger, a matching red charging cable, and that's it. Now, the phone itself, surprisingly, it doesn't scream gaming phone, but the first thing you'll notice is how smoothly the frame blends into the back. The dual cameras barely stick out, so the phone sits perfectly flat on a table. It feels incredibly satisfying. You could even add tempered glass to both the front and back without ruining the gaming experience. As someone with allergies, I really appreciate that smooth finish. Yes, the 3.5mm headphone jack is still here. The display also has no notch or punch hole, making it fantastic for gaming, movies, and media. It really feels like Red Magic listened to gamers. Holding it feels like a solid polished slab. The design is premium, although the bezels, lights, buttons, and gaming accents make it look quite busy. The power and volume buttons are easy to reach, but the bright red gaming switch stands out so much that you might press it by mistake. Cooling vents sit on both sides. The left vent is decorative, while the right side houses two huge shoulder triggers, some of the biggest on any smartphone. These L and R triggers completely change the gaming experience. They're also amazing for emulators and can even work as camera shutter buttons. The vibration motor feels great, the stereo speakers are loud, and finally, there's water resistance. At 240 grams, it's heavy, but that's expected for a gaming flagship. Now, here's the coolest part, the back design. Red Magic has ditched the fake transparent look. Instead, the 11S Pro combines a real transparent panel with visible cooling hardware that actually looks functional. Turn on the cooling fan and the RGB lights come alive. Enable the water cooling system and the blue ring starts spinning. Whether cooling improves dramatically or not, it makes the phone feel alive. I honestly catch myself staring at the cooling system way longer than I should. Even my child loves it. This is exactly how a gaming phone should feel: unique, exciting, and special. The downside is the cooling fan can get noisy. Thankfully, the water cooling system works separately, making long recordings and live streams much quieter, as long as you're okay with the under-display selfie camera. Compared to the standard model, the Pro now adds 80-watt wireless charging. Packing wireless charging and advanced cooling into one phone is seriously impressive. The only compromise is a 500 mAh smaller battery than the standard version, which makes sense considering everything inside. Out of all the recent phones I've used, this is one of my favorites to hold. It simply looks awesome. The 7500 mAh battery isn't as shocking as it once was, but with a 1.5K display, battery life is still excellent. Even with the RGB lights on, getting over 7 hours of screen-on time isn't difficult. The display has vibrant colors. Reds and greens pop more than usual. For a camera phone, I'd complain, but for a gaming phone, it actually fits perfectly. Viewing angles are solid, touch response is excellent, and outdoor brightness is easily good enough. One small issue. Outdoors, the screen briefly dims before becoming brighter after unlocking. I've seen this on some OnePlus and Oppo phones too. Hopefully a future OTA update smooths it out. The under-display camera has improved again. Even under direct sunlight, it's extremely hard to spot unless you're really looking for it. At maximum brightness, a small sun icon appears around the camera area, likely to help prevent screen burn-in. Of course, this is a gaming phone built for gaming, but after owning Red Magic devices before, gaming performance isn't actually what I'm most excited to test this time.
Now, let's talk about what really matters: gaming performance. Is the Red Magic 11S Pro actually faster? The answer might surprise you. Compared to the regular Red Magic 11, the biggest upgrade is the slightly overclocked Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 Leading Edition. Since Qualcomm skipped a mid-cycle refresh this year, this is basically the fastest version of the chip you'll get. In real-world gaming, though, the difference is small. At a room temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, Genshin Impact averaged 58 FPS after 1 hour, with the phone reaching 43 degrees Celsius. A separate 60 FPS stress test averaged 54 FPS at around 41 degrees Celsius. I even turned off all the built-in cooling features. Surprisingly, Genshin only got about 3 degrees Celsius hotter, while the stress test increased by roughly 2 degrees. So yes, cooling helps, but don't expect a massive jump over other Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 phones. Where Red Magic truly shines is its gaming software. This is easily one of the best gaming toolkits on any smartphone. Game Center, performance controls, network acceleration, gaming toolbox, it's all here, and then some. The interface is packed with options. The performance panel alone looks like something straight out of a PC game. You could spend hours exploring every setting. This generation also supports Steam connectivity. I tested the GameSpot PC emulator, and the phone held a stable 50 FPS, which is seriously impressive. Now let's switch to the software experience. Since it's built by Nubia, you get almost everything you'd expect: floating windows, split screen, wallet, security tools, reliable notifications, very few ads, and smooth daily performance. It also supports the cross-brand file sharing alliance, making transfers between different Android brands quick and easy. Competing with Apple's ecosystem is another story, though. The AI features are actually useful. They're fast, accurate, and practical. But they're not perfect. The screen brightness sometimes changes too aggressively, and if you accidentally trigger the AI assistant, it starts talking instantly. More than once, I thought someone nearby was speaking to me. Compared to mainstream flagship brands, Red Magic OS still needs polish. App downloads can randomly stutter, and switching between portrait and landscape isn't always smooth. Edge touch rejection can also be frustrating. While watching videos, browsing photos, or taking pictures, accidental touches sometimes interfere with the controls. Even the unlock animation feels less refined, and some third-party apps have scaling issues. Oddly enough, the moment you launch a game, everything becomes incredibly smooth. It's almost like every optimization was focused on gaming first, and everything else came second. To be fair, building a polished operating system takes years of development and huge amounts of user data. That's one compromise of choosing a niche gaming brand. Still, every time the software annoys me, I look at the phone again. It just looks that cool. Now let's talk about the cameras. The 11S Pro Plus adds the latest color palette feature and even supports importing LUT files. I also like that the zoom interface stays honest instead of pretending there's a 10x telephoto lens. Being part of the Nubia family, camera acceleration is here, and the overall feature set is quite complete. Photo quality focuses heavily on sharpness and detail. Images look vibrant, although processing can sometimes be a little aggressive. Night shots are better than expected, but flagship camera phones still have the advantage. For video, you get up to 8K 30 FPS recording. Stabilization is solid, and motion blur is well controlled during both day and night. Low light video is where it starts to struggle. Noise increases and fine details become softer. The front camera records at 1080p 30 FPS.
Honestly, that's just the limitation of an under-display camera. A clean full-screen display and sleek back design come with compromises, and camera performance is one of them. Whether that's worth it depends on your priorities. So, what's the final verdict? The Red Magic 11S Pro Plus feels exactly like a Red Magic phone should. Bold, unique, and full of personality. The software and cameras still have room to improve, but that's the price of standing out. Let's be honest, people buying a gaming phone like this already know what they're getting. They're not shopping for the cheapest phone, they're buying an experience. In a market where almost every smartphone looks the same, Red Magic dares to be different. And after testing countless copy and paste phones, that's exactly what makes this one so memorable. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!